Now, another industry that could profit quite a bit from digitization is the healthcare industry. And our next team is re-envisioning how online pharmacies for chronic patients can look like. And with the regulatory change just coming up, it might just be the perfect time for doing so. Take it away, team Remedica.
Hi everyone. Today I want to share a story. The story of how my mom. She's 50 years old and works passionately as a teacher. But unfortunately, for the last 3 years, she's been struggling with her thyroid, also, on top of that, with high blood pressure. And to treat her condition successfully, she has to take 3 different medications by 2 specialists. So pretty much once a quarter, you can imagine the following picture. My mom wakes up and realizes that she's nearly out of her meds. To get a prescription, she calls up her doctor, waits on the line, tries to get an appointment, and fit it into her busy schedule. A few days later, she rushes to the practice in a short break, goes to the pharmacy, but they don't have the right ones. She goes to the next one and the next one until she finally gets the medications that she needed. And wow, it took her 2 days to get what medications that she needed. And this number increases with number of specialists. Now, managing chronic condition is like living in a constant battle. But actually, getting the necessary medications for living a healthy life my mom deserves shouldn't be. And I want to help her. Can it be as effortless as ordering with Amazon?
It not only can be, but it has to be, because that is not only Maria's mom, but the life of 33 million chronic patients in Germany. And actually, around 50% of them do not reach the level of treatment they should have. But why exactly now is the right time to change that? Firstly, during the COVID pandemic, we have seen a 30% increase in health awareness. Secondly, the number of online drug orders has increased by 34% in 2020 and has reached the impressive 80% of patients between 30 and 50 years old who regularly buy medications online. And thirdly, but most importantly, the new electronic prescriptions came into place beginning of this month. And from January 2022, they are becoming mandatory. And this is something the whole health system has been waiting for in the past 10 years. This is a change that will transform the way we are interacting with doctors. And this will make patients' life much easier. And we are here for that.
With these enablers in mind, Remedica reimagines the online pharmacy for chronic patients. And this means we focus on 3 crucial pain points. First, we heard from Maria how much her mother struggles with the offline medication journey. We provided a single, all-digital medication journey in a simple app. Second, we saw that Maria's mom has a lot of mental load and that sometimes she even forgets to buy her medication. Our medication reorder management automatically sends her notifications whenever she's running low. And third, we saw the time that Maria's mom spends in calls or in doctor's practices simply to get her prescription renewed. With Remedica, the whole prescription renewal journey comes down to a single click of a button. Now, let's take a step back and let's ask why. Why does Helen even do all of these things? Well, of course, because health is everything. But why does it have to come at the expense of time? Well, with Remedica, it doesn't have to. With Remedica, Helen's mom can focus on both, on her health and on her time.
Now, let me show you.
Received a notification reminding her that some of her medications will be over soon, and for this reason, she enters the app. She is first greeted with an overview of all the medications that she's taking, and she first wants to see all of them that will run out soon. For this reason, she adds both of them to the cart. Now here she wonders if she might need something else for her thyroid, and for this reason, she checks the medication that she needs for hypothyroidism and decides to add vitamin B to the cart as well, because that's a medication she takes very often. Now here we realize that thanks to Remedica's very simple user screen and smart notification engine, Helen will never run out of medications. Now, if we continue, we see that most of the medications that Helen is taking are prescription medications, and for this reason, Helen must somehow contact a doctor. Now, we heard from Maria how big of a struggle it is to call a doctor and wait online and so on. Now, with Remedica, this is much simpler. Helen simply continues, and before checkout, she sees an overview of which doctors she's going to contact and for what specific medication. Even the email is already pre-written. So, with two very simple touches, Helen has already contacted the right doctors. Now, for this presentation, you are the doctor, and if you sign up for the event right now, you're receiving an email from us with Helen's prescription request. So be sure to check your email out and answer Helen's request, because the very first person to answer will get a prize from us.
And with this product, we're entering an exciting market. So out of the overall pharmacy market, we're focusing on prescriptions, and the German prescription market amounts to 55 billion euros. However, the online penetration is actually extremely low with less than 1%, so the market is yet to be disrupted. Luckily, the outlook is much different. Thanks to the new regulations, the online share is expected to grow tenfold, creating a market opportunity of 3.5 billion for us to grow into. And with a market share of roughly 10%, that means we're looking at promising revenues of 300 million within 5 years. What does that mean in reality? With an average basket size of 180 euros, we are looking at quarterly reorders, so 4 orders per year, and we're trying to reach 400,000 of the 33 million chronic patients in Germany. But of course, we're not alone in this space. There are large digital players, such as DocMorris or Shop Apotheke, that are already occupying 2/3 of the online pharmacy market. However, right now, they're serving a very broad group of patients. They're currently mostly selling non-prescription drugs, and they're also struggling with legacy setup. Meanwhile, Remedica relentlessly focuses on chronic patients through drug reordering management and easy prescription renewal, and we believe that we provide a unique offering to enter this market. And how do we get there? We start by finalizing our app and integrating with the medical infrastructure by the end of September. We then make sure everything runs perfectly by testing with our beta version and finally launching the product by the end of December, right in time for the regulatory changes.
Oh, that was Helen being notified that her prescription request was accepted. And this in only the couple minutes of this presentation. This means Helen has already medications on her way home and can forget about it. This is a proof of how, with Remedica, Helen does not have to sacrifice her time in order to be healthy.